Hello everyone and welcome to Lost Caverns of Ixalan and welcome to a pack that has multiple good options. I don't think Get Lost is necessarily one of them. The two map tokens, they are a lot. Now you get a lot of tempo, you can destroy anything at instant speed, even an enchantment or the one planeswalker in this set. But you might end up using this on a 3-mana creature. They get 2 map tokens which they can just crack or maybe use for some other synergies, of which there are plenty in the set. I'm not taking that. There are 2 good golden cards, but the Captain's Storm would be the peak here. And they are 2 good. I mean, they are even the Tinker's Thought is good, but the Waterwind Scout and the Cloud Guard are the good. The single color cards. And I think I like the 3-drop slightly more. I know I just played a blue deck in my previous draft. In fact, just 20 minutes ago I finished that draft. But I think it's the safest pick. Of course, the blue-red uncommon is better than this, but it ties you to 2 colors, which I don't necessarily want to be doing. And this will be good in any color combination. Doesn't matter what to pair it with. Alright, so I could stay on color, take the scout here, or I could take something a little different, like the Earthshaker Dreadmaw. I usually don't like picking this early though, I mean, unless the pack is weak, because this does need a healthy number of dinos to really be better than just the Colossal Dreadmaw. And I think the pop has some good synergies sometimes, but it's not always going to be the best. I think after this first pick, it is the safest. I mean, the most reasonable pick is the blue 2-drop, which is just a very nice 2-drop, and I don't have to commit to any other color yet. If I'm playing the scout, I'm gonna play the other scout too, for sure. Okay. Well, blue-white seems to be rather open here. I mean, there's a Guidewing and a Petrify, which is, not a joke card at all. It's a good removal spell. And there's another scout, there's a Charter Course, and also the blue-white land. Well, I mean, it's pretty easy Charter Course, it's better than the scout, and while it might seem like I will be blue and white, I'm still taking the Charter Course over the other options. I think I would take it even over the land if I knew I'm blue-white. This is just such a nice way to just for 2 mana draw 2 cards. Yeah, sometimes you have to discard, but even then it's fine. Okay. Well, this is a pack that does not in fact have that great white. It has a pirate's hat, which I don't mind, but I don't have those cheap flyers yet. It's the best with them. I don't have any pirates, so the equip cost will be 2 for now, of course. And the whirlpool is okay. Should I do something like the blue-green discover thing? This can come back easily at pick. Well, maybe not easily, but it can come back. I think I'll take the Axjo. Mostly because I want to try the blue-green. I don't want every draft I do on the channel to be blue-white, unless that's the only open color, in which case I have to do that. But I will at least give myself a chance to draft something else. And I could be like the Explore blue-white, blue-green deck with 3 Explore cards in here, but there are not that many payoffs for it. It's not necessarily that great of a combination. Here I do like actually the black 2-drops more than the green path in here. The Capybara could be played. I don't want to kind of like semi-force the blue-green deck, because that's the color combination I have played the least in this set. Easily. I mean, the Capybara is fine. I can have some self-mill, and the Explorer can sometimes contribute to Descent. I mean, the Visage is nice, or Visage, I mean, you pronounce it by saying Visage, but Alright, I'll take the Capybara. I'm gonna slightly force green-blue. And hey, with this pick, I'm happy about it. I would take maybe the Stupefaction thing, maybe not. I mean, it works with the Capybara, but maybe not the greatest card in a green deck that has a lot of ground attackers, and then they just get the free block anyway. There's not a Huatli's Final Strike, of course, but now when I'm gonna go for the Explorer thing, When this enters, you can explore, and this can become into the Mycoid maze. You get some scries. Hey, I'm gonna try this. The other one might even come back to me. Let's go for blue-green explorer. I don't know how that's gonna really work in the end, but I'm gonna go for that plan. Another Song of Stupefaction. I'm not really blue-green descent, which could be an archetype too, but maybe I'll still prefer to have the Malamet veteran. I don't care about the gnome. Alright, let's take the veteran. Puzzle door works with the, there are 2 descent, 4 payoffs, so let's take that. Also, it's the only card for my colors. I could still take a Whirlpool, I could take a Sunset Militia, and Death Cap Marionette is fine. Actually, all of these cards are playable, but I'll take the Puzzle Door and kind of go for the blue-green right now. How about the Explorer's Cache? I mean, if we have a bunch of Explorer creatures, this can do something. You can get some additional counters moving around. You can still do this once per turn only, but this might pick up extra counters thanks to my creatures having ways to get extra counters and then dying. I mean, the other option is like a buried treasure, which I'm not gonna take. Let's do the cache here because this is an exploring deck, so let's take the explorer's cache here. Oh, fine. Let's take the capybara here. And Malamet veteran. Actually, I'm not that interested in taking another veteran. I do play the Wayne in decks that have these descent things. I have a 3 now, so I'll play the Wayne even though I do consider it very much inferior to a Terramorphic Expanse or Evolving Wilds, which I'm happy to run in my 2-color decks. Hey, wasn't I supposed to get the twists and turns? But maybe it wasn't this pack. Anyway, let's pass the uncommons. I might play the card draw. Okay, I don't see the twists and turns. Slumber is still bad. I'll take the boulder. I could play that kind of a removal. So someone took the twists and turns. That's a shame. I mean, it's not a good card, but I think I would have wanted to try it, even at multiple copies. Alright, this is nice pack. There's one of the better rares in the set. This is amazing. Just to have a 3-mana 3/3 first strike. Not first strike when attacking. Always first strike. Very tough to attack into this. And then of course it's itself a pirate, so you don't even need any friends to get those triggers. But obviously it's gonna be even greater if you have other pirates. It's just an amazing card. This pack has also the good uncommon removal, the Chupacabra Echo Charter Course for me, or the Waterwind Scout. And if I think the Charter Course is still the better one even at 2 copies, but I want to do the Explorer thing. Probably it makes no sense because I have like 1 payoff, and it's barely a payoff, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Maybe I get the blue-green Signpost uncommon. That would be sweet. There's a Battle Cliff, there's a Mythic Rare I have only 1 copy of. I mean, the Battle Cliff is good, but I'm actually gonna red draft now. I do want to complete the mythics in the set, and I still need 3 of these, so picking that will contribute to my set completion. The Axe-Jaw, the Cliff. I would take the Cliff over the Axe-Jaw here, but I can leave without the Cliff. Maybe I get one of the green cards back, but I'll take the mythic just to red draft it. Or rather mythic red draft, because I never red draft regular rares. They are not. I mean, I will always complete them naturally. Okay, I'm gonna take the final strike now. I have had so many drafts where I just never pick this, but it's not a bad card, and this is the kind of pack where I'm happy to take it. I'm not that interested in my descent things that I would take an early promising Wayne. I'll take the removal spell now. That's the wrong payoff. I mean, not the payoff, but the wrong signpost uncommon. I want the blue-green one. But it's an easy pick. Let's take a thing that says Explorer. I think I don't have too many 3s, so only 2 creatures. Okay, that's an easy pick then. Alright, Bedrock Tortoise. Basically a 4-mana 6/6 hexproof. Doesn't work with everything perfectly. For example, Watley's Final Strike makes this thing deal only 1 damage. But other than that, a 4-mana 6/6, even if it was just a vanilla that, it would be always pretty good. So I'm taking that thing, obviously. And I would take the guide if that rare wasn't there. Okay, the frog is better than the capybara, and I think I would at this point even take the blunder over the capybara, but frog is great. Let's take that. Cavern Stomper, Malamet Wedge Run, another cache. Well, I won't be taking the cache. I will take the cheaper card out of these two. Also Trample versus non-trample. This has semi-evasion, but it's quite expensive to use. I'm not sad about having another copy of those. Another Song of Stupefaction. I'm not sure I'm gonna play them, at least not in the main deck. Would I play a Walk with the Ancestors here? It's not impossible to play like one of that. Or maybe I want to sideboard into two of these. Okay, I think this is like slightly better. In the Presence of Ages. I need more creatures to actually make it worth playing. How many 4-drops I have? If I play this, because this actually could be a deck that gets to Descent 4 fairly easily, and I have now some incentive to do that. Double Veteran, double Capybara. I'm actually going to take the K-Women and see if I can get the mill stuff later. Oh, there's a Confounding Riddle, which would help with the Descent, but there's another K-Wem too. Am I gonna actually, transform into blue-green Descent? Because I will have now many Descent payoffs. I don't have that many ways to do that, but I'm willing to try. Nope, nope, nope. Let's take the sideboard. Counterspell. I guess I could have now taken something else. I don't know if I have space for all those K-Wems. Alright, I'll take the uncommon over this thing, which I'm not gonna play anymore. Capybara versus the Inep. Oh, do I need a 2-drop? I think I still need a 2-drop. Now this... that 3 mana instant is still something I might be interested in, especially now that I have creatures here. Brawler. Now I don't think I need that thing. It's very hard to transform this one, and it's not even that great to transform. You just get some colorless. No, it's not colorless, any color, but regardless. Just some mana at the stage in the game when you probably don't need mana anymore. Do I want this like a perpetual loot effect? I might. It does fill my graveyard. This is a fairly weak pack. I was thinking about taking the nursery, but I'm actually maybe trying to have this. Maybe not necessarily a main deck card though, but in a slower game when I know I can tap 3 mana for a do nothing effect. Anyway, there's a Quinterus Cunt. Ooh, there's a Poison Dart Frog too. I mean, Frog is the peak here over stuff like the Mine Cart. But I'm gonna redraft here. I'm gonna take my other Planeswalker here. I have only one of them. And I'm actually having, enough playables here, so it's not like now this is gonna be better than whatever I would be cutting for it, but I'll take the Mythic Rare. I need to complete the set. I have 4 of these, I'm not gonna take these. It would just be 40 gems for me. Now, how about more interaction? There is actually removal that also adds to my Descent count, so I will take them. Eaten by piranhas. The spider thing, it would work, but I have already these 4-drops. I try to make the Descent 4 happen, more naturally by just trading my permanents, stuff like that. But yeah, this is removal that goes to my graveyard, adding to Descent. And here I have an Armored Kincaller. There's also the Brine Fang, which I usually don't like because it's 7 mana, but this is a way to get to Descent. I could play it instead of like a land or so. There is a 3-drop, but that doesn't actually do much. It's mostly, I have one other dino. It's just a 3 mana 3/3, and I have some 3-drops. I'm actually taking this because this does give me the Descent count. Okay, I'll do it. Glimpse the Core. Okay, then anything else? Well, there's the other land cycler. There's a puzzle door which also would help with my many Descent 4 payoffs. This does seem like a deck that could use the Glimpse the Core, or maybe not. I have only 2 5s and I can cycle these stuff. Captivating Cave. This is the cheap option. Okay, I'm taking the Bristle back. Let's have a couple of big hitters. I think with these land cyclers I can definitely play only 16 lands. Now there's one in the presence of ages. I think I will try to minimize the amount of instant and sorceries, and I have already done that. I have like 3 here. Now Hidden Cataract would be okay, but I think I'm gonna play one of these. This will help with my Descent 4, definitely. So let's have this now. I have passed so many of them. It's time to actually pick it. Alright, and now I will take a cave now. Sure. I never got any more Explorer payoff, so the Explorer deck is not really a deck. There's like the blue-green uncommon and maybe a few other things that care about you exploring. But my only thing that kinda interacts with exploring is this thing. Yeah. And another Brine Fang. I think I'm more likely to consider sideboarding in the Seed Stones than play multiple Brine Fangs, so let's take this, but it's gonna be a sideboard card, I would say. Hidden Nursery can be picked. I have a couple of... No, yeah, I have one in the sideboard, one in the main deck for some reason, but yeah, I don't need a third copy of this. I'll take the land. And, okay, do I want to sideboard into a 2-2? I might actually need it for sideboarding purposes. I don't have a mana curve that's really very good. Actually, my mana curve is kind of bad. It is. Ooh. Another veteran or a way to help with my descent. I think I'll just take the veteran here at this point. I want to play the other 4 drops. I'll take a sideboard card here and well, I have more Song of Stupefactions. I don't know how many of them I'm gonna main deck. I'll add the Song of Stupefaction number 3 to the main deck. I know I won't be playing the other stuff here, except for the lands, not in the main deck, and I'm gonna immediately cut the twists and turns. I had a plan, but it really wasn't happening here now. I basically would have needed the blue-green Signpost uncommon, maybe. I also will be cutting the Explorer's Cache, and I think I won't be main decking them much because paying 3 mana just to loot every turn maybe is not what I'm wanting to do. I won't be playing the Reminiscence, I want to play my permanent spells instead, and I think out of these expensive things the Boulder is gonna be cut from the main deck. Out of curiosity, let's see how many things say Descent. That's actually 9 payoffs. I plan to play all of them. And that's the reason I'm also interested in playing the Song of Stupefactions. Maybe it doesn't matter that the creatures can block my ground guys, if my ground guys are still big enough that they have to just jump block. And I might need to buy some time in this deck. I don't have a great creature curve. Because I don't really want to main deck the Brawler, it's not a good card, I'm not main decking it. Also, not gonna main deck the, or ever play the Sunlight, I think. I won't ever have mana to use the ability because I have such an expensive mana curve here. It's very unlikely that the best thing I can do for 3 mana is to explore on my own turn. So they were easy cuts. That's 5 2-drops, which makes me want to play the Stupefactions. I can just play these randomly on turn 2, and these do mill 2, which is going to be relevant for the 9 cards in my deck that care about having at least 4 permanent cards in my graveyard. This is now down to 2 instants and 1 sorcery, but one of the instants, actually still helps with Descent, and this is just, one of my few ways to interact, and this is gonna draw me a card, and if I want to, I can also use this pre-combat, even if I plan to attack, to discard a permanent card like a useless land to enable these things. So this is 3 5-drops and 5 4-drops. That's a lot, but I have these things which I, usually will be cycling. And that's why I'm playing not 14, but 16 lands. But there's a problem here. I don't know what to cut. I want to play the 3-drops that help with hitting more land drops here. I think the Axe Jaw might be the card here, because I have all these 4-drops. And well, this is a nice card always. The Tortoise is gonna be better than the Axe Jaw, and I think the potentially 4/5s are also better. So if I cut these, that would leave me with one more cut. I could see maybe playing like only 2 of these songs in the main deck. Because I do think the Eaten by Piranhas is slightly better still. I'd rather like play one of these Eaten by Piranhas and 2 of these songs rather than just play 3 songs. The number of creature cards here is 17, which is gonna make the In the Presence of Ages quite consistent in finding me a land and a creature. And even if it only finds one thing and it mills 3 things, I have only, this is an instant, so the other non-permanents, the count of non-permanents other than that card is only 2. I have one more instant and one more sorcery, so I'm very, very likely to mill 2 permanents with this. It's almost guaranteed to mill at least 2 permanents. I would have to actually show the remaining, I would need to show specifically the Final Strike and the Charter Course among the 4 cards. And then if I pick one of the other 2, then I could even then choose to mill the 2 permanents, which are guaranteed to be permanents. But the point is, this is a very good way to make these things into 4/5s, these things into 4/3s, and these things to make the trigger active. So with all that said, I'm gonna cut one Song of Stupefaction, and this is the deck. This is the deck, but let's add some lands. The Hidden Nurseries go and the Promising Vein do, just because of the Descent stuff. Now, even number of both colors, 2 drops from both colors, things that help with my land mana in both colors. I have a land cycler for both of them, but also this, if I have a green mana, this helps me add blue. If I have blue mana but not green, I have this that gives me a very good shot at finding my green source. So it's gonna be like as even mana distribution as it can be, but it won't be even because I have 16 lands and one promising vein, so I have to decide if I'm missing a color, which one should it be? It's not an easy choice, but it feels like it should be, the color I'm playing more is blue, because I have both the Puzzle Door and the Charter Course, which, at least help me dig deeper to find the green source. I'm considering the situation that I have a starting hand that has only one color available. Which of those colors would I rather have available? And I think in this deck it's blue, because there's only like one green card at 2 mana. Yes, I have this and this also. Yeah, but they are more expensive. It's pretty much here and there, but I will choose to play now 8 islands and 7 green sources. With the Promising Vein and the Land Cyclers, it's quite likely still to hit both of my colors. Maybe not by turn 2, but by turn 3 at least. Because the Promising Vein and the Land Cyclers affect my ability to cast spells on turn 3. So for turn 3, my sort of turn 3 count is 10 blue and 9 green. Not even counting the spells here. Alright, that is the deck, and I guess I have some sideboard considerations depending on the matchup. I tried to make an Explore deck, but ended up in Blue-Green Descent, but hey, it's also an archetype I haven't really played a lot. I have played more Black-Green and Blue-Black Descent, but not Blue-Green, so here we go. Alright, that's a very nice hand. I can play a Capybara and in the presence of ages. Or maybe if I attack with this, maybe this, but it depends on, of course, many things. But regardless, this is a fine hand with a plan. Multiple options, perhaps. Ooh, this could be dangerous. That could be very dangerous. Turn 1 Lawkeeper. They're gonna hit their 4 and 5 drop dinos 1 turn earlier now. Could also be the 3 drop. The 3 that can gain life. But we'll see. Please attack with the thing. Don't tap it for mana. Okay, it seems like they went immediately to combat after playing the mountain, so they have no 3 mana dino. Do they have a 2 drop? Nope. Okay. So, Capybara for now. Could be like an Axe Jaw. That's coming. So, show me what you got. Not anything like a bomb rare. It was the Axe Jaw. 5-4, oh, only a 4-3. Well, I'm gonna play the In the Presence of Ages and hope to have ideally a 4 drop on the next turn. But I will be halfway there, or maybe even 3/4 in terms of descent. But I don't like seeing a turn 3, 4-3 from the opponent when I'm on the draw and my deck has not a lot of interaction. I can only trade with this thing, so hopefully I can get something that can trade. Or at least, I guess, oh, that's not good. Is that gonna be a bigger one? Nope, 4-3 only. I go to 15 now. So, just cast this. I have the option to not take the land, but because I do have the 7 drop in here, I'm gonna take the land. And next turn I will play the Cave Worm. It will be a 2/5. It actually could, in theory, block here. Well, I mean, it can, of course, block. It just won't be trading, but... Oh, I have a better option here. Well, let's do this then. This can actually block and, basically make it so that... Oh, it's also really good with the Capybara. I totally forgot this affects other creatures too. My Capybaras are gonna deal 3 damage once this is on the battlefield. So I can block with the Capybaras, and unless they have the first strike trick specifically. Yeah, if they have the +2/+0 and first strike. I mean, after attacking with both the Axe Jaws here. Well, that's not what they have their own Tortoise. Alright. Well, at least I don't have to take damage this turn. I think I will offer to trade with the Tortoises. Now they don't block. I mean, assuming they don't block. I have these Cave Worms of 5/5s, but the Veteran is better use of mana. I think I still do this though. I'm better off playing this effectively a 5/5, so let's just do it slowly. Now I'm just a little bit scared of them potentially having a trick, because they have so many cards in the hand. So if they attack with their Tortoise, let's say, I'm not going to just block with my Tortoise. I would have to, and I could block with many of my creatures. Tell of the Volcano, okay, so they have no attacks there. I mean, if they now attack with the Tortoise, I think I'll just play with the block with the Capybara and the Cave Worm. I lose only one of them, because I do see that they didn't have any. I mean, when they played the Volcano thing, no, they just didn't. They went straight to combat, meaning that they don't have a spell they can cast. That's one of the Magic Arena tells. Sometimes it's a little bit annoying because on Magic Online or on tabletop you wouldn't know. Here I know they have no castable spells. Okay, so let's not make the mistake of assuming that these things will deal a lot of damage with the final strike. It actually just looks the power value of the creature. But with the Malamet Veteran I can kill it. So let's play the Veteran and hope I can go for the kill on the next turn. This will get +1/+0 and deal 6 to the Tortoise. Now let's see what they're gonna play. They have a lot of cards still, but just a gnome. Okay, now they will have priorities because these things have, you know, an ability up. So, but I guess that one red mana isn't going to really matter here. Yeah, I mean the board is totally. they don't have a good attack here. I have effectively a 3/3, 6/6, and a 5/5 and a 5/4. They have no good attack, and now I can. Well, the land even happens here, so that's nice for the bristleback, but not now. What I'm doing immediately is just final strike this guy, and the remaining creatures they have only 3 toughness. So in order for them to kill the Tortoise, they would have to double block it. Now they can do it with a double gnome, but okay, I'm gonna at least try this first. Does this work? With 1 red mana, I don't think there is a way to enhance its toughness. And they have a priority because of the gnomes. It doesn't mean that they have something to cast for 1 red, necessarily. It's dead. Now. I'll play the K-Worm number 2 this turn. I mean, if I attack with the Veteran and the Tortoise, if they both die, let's say they double block the Tortoise with the gnomes, they block the Veteran with a 4/3 basically. At least I will have Descent 4 then. I need to do something. I don't mind them actually wasting, I mean not wasting, but losing creatures here. I could also attack with the K-Worm. I could also attack with the Capybara. If they, okay, to do it, they have to block something. This is 12 damage actually. So they have to block with at least a 1/1. Then I'm facing 10, 13, I have a blocker. I mean, I'm facing a bunch of damage, but I think I'm still doing this. I'm still doing this because I want to use these. Well, at least this won't be, this is the only chance it's a 5/5. When this dies, it's gonna be only a 4/5. I mean, they could just jump block the 6/6 and then try to win on the backswing, but I do have a blocker coming up. If they jump block the 6/6 with the 1/1, they would only take 14 damage, and of course that would be enough. But they're gonna go for the trades, which is what I hoped here to happen. Because I have all these gas silts still left, including the Charter Course, 1 cave to crack, and I can play the 4/5. This will be a 4/5 now because of Descent. Definitely going to happen now. Okay, that's gonna clear most of the board. And also one thing is that I want the board to be as clear as possible, so they have fewer opportunities to pick counters for the Child of the Volcano here. Okay, so that's fine. This is gonna, that's the K-Worm, which is gonna deal 5, so both of them will die, and I will trample even a bit of damage here over. So they will be left with just the Volcano thing, and I will be left with the K-Worm, which will be a 4/5. And of course the Capybara, which will be a 4/3. Down. Alright. And I can cast my 5/5 plus 3/3 on the next turn, and then I can start using my Cave and Charter Course if I need some more gas, which I might not even need because they're down to 1 card. It could be like a bomb rare or just a big creature. Let's say they have the 7/7. It's totally possible. Or they have an, they will have a 9/9. No, 6/6 actually. It will be tapped. No, it was a Pit of Offerings. That's dirty. I lost my... Oh, I lost my... I'll be down to Descent 2 now. That was nasty. I don't like that at all. I can crack the land to make it Descent 3, but it's not even gonna be enough. I can at least play the charter course without discarding. And I think I do prefer to play... If I had a land in here, maybe. But I was talking about that they could have had the 6-drop common 7/7 Scry 2 as an ETB. That would have actually blanked my attacks as well. So this is maybe even better because this is just a 6/6 and this still will be growing back. Okay. So I could just play the Bristleback, but even that thing can't attack. This is now the turn when I can actually attack, so let's do the attack. So that I will draw 2. And then I can play the Veteran. Okay, I didn't even draw a land there. Any changes here? Not really. And yes, I can still consider using this as an instant speed Descent 4 enabler if I, for example, explore something to the graveyard with this thing. But the problem is these things are not good enough. Okay, they have now their own Capybara, which can now trade. Well, let's see what the Explorer does. Also, this hidden nursery will contribute to. What? That would be the worst attack. I mean, I can block with the Capybara and the Veteran and I lose only one of them. Yes, the Child of the Volcano would get a counter, but if I can get rid of the 6/6 that way, they even played the card pre-combat, they can't even represent the trick. I'm happily trading the Veteran here. That's 7 total toughness. I can give the Volcano a counter because this will be soon a 4/5. It's now Descent 3. And of course I can just crack the nursery to make it sure that I will be able to hit 4. I mean, both of these will have 4 power now. If I just do the hidden nursery. If this hits a land, I really want to use this as a creature. I don't want to use this as an instant speed. You know, Descent enabler now. I don't think it makes sense. Unless it's like a... I mean, I could use it as a trick, but I think I'll just do this. Let's do the safe way. I have all this gas left in my deck. And this thing, you know, gets death touch. That's what I like about the frog a lot. Now I will just take any trades. If they double block the cave worm, I'm happy to eat the volcano with the cave worm. I still have my 4/3 and more coming up. So yeah, this exiling of 3 cards was a minor inconvenience. My deck is good enough at getting to Descent something values. Okay, they don't want to block with their child here, but this can pick up death touch, so even if they attack, I'll just block. It will trample, but it's not a big deal. Yep, that's not really going to be good enough. I still have all this gas left. I mean, they can double block, but I will trade with the 4/4 volcano and I will keep adding more to their board until they run out of their things. So total mana 7, 8 with the land drop. So I can attack. Yeah, 8. I mean, I don't need this mana because 9 mana still doesn't allow me to do anything more. So I can actually attack with the Poison Dart Frog because it will deal 1 damage. They are not gonna block it. If they are, I'm super happy. So even though I have to spend 2 mana, this is still the good attack now because I don't need to use this for mana, so might as well attack for 1. That's that, and now it's better just to play the Bristleback. Both the 5/5 and the 3/3 can matter here. the headache. Growing rights of Itlimok. So they keep that on top apparently, or do they? No, they haven't decided yet. So when it enters the battlefield, you look at top 4 cards and reveal a creature card, and then you can transform it, and it just adds mana, which is something they don't need. Alright, any reason to do this pre-combat? Nope. There's no reason, so let's just attack with everything again. I don't mind if they block the frog, they are not gonna block the frog. They have to double block the Bristle Black and lose post, or just take 5. Or, you know, jump the Bristle Black back, which would be great for them. Okay, they actually choose to... I mean, I guess they don't take that much damage now, but this also means that I have a 5/5 left here. Alright, I think this... I mean, there's a cave mass removal spell, but you know, that's not something that's gonna matter. They have like 1 cave in the graveyard. So I can just do this. And this can only pick up a creature, so there's no creature that's gonna... There's no creature that's gonna, you know, prevent them from losing on the next turn. On my turn, I mean. Yep, just go and attack. This was like a... I mean, neither of us really had removal. We just had creatures bashing against each other. Both of us having a Tortoise as well. That was funny. But I don't like that they have this bit of offerings. I mean, that's just rude when I'm trying to get some decent values here. But it was no problem going to decent, and in the end I was, you know, up to 7 decent after having 3 things exiled. So I was at I would have had 10 decent without them having the land there. Okay, Song of Stupefaction. Doesn't do much against the Tortoise. I mean, even the other creatures will still deal based on their toughness when they have the Tortoise up. So, do I care about Jade Seedstones here? Oh, the boulder can kill the Tortoise. It's 6 damage. So if I play the boulder, I can also cycle it for descent or just to hit my land drops. I can also do this thing for the boulder. I have some options. I don't think that based on what I saw, I need a River Herald Scout here. It can block the gnome, of course, but it's gonna get outclassed so quickly against a red-green deck and with these cards as well. So I think the River Herald Scout will be cut. But then I was considering putting the Jade Seedstones, but that would be making my mana, I mean my deck kinda even clumsier than it is right now. What would I even be cutting? I don't really want to cut any more early plays. I don't want to cut any more Song of Stupefactions. These are still going to be good cards. You know, the point is that if the games go long as it did, this will be turned into a 7/7 afterwards, which can be quite nice. Also, there's an Out of Air which could be played. They had many expensive creatures. Okay, I'm gonna just still not do anything else until maybe if we go to game 3. I can consider when I'm on the play to have the counter spell and things like that. I don't know what to cut though. Alright, so I unpaused the recording because as you can see the opponent, well, now they actually did something, and I have this is a decent enough hand because this seems like a slow matchup. But yeah, they almost, you know, timed out during the initial phase of choosing things. And here I say it's a slow matchup, and they have again the Lawkeeper turn 1, and then maybe they have the 3/1 hasters coming up. Because of course I have no play until turn 4 here, but I think I'm gonna just cycle the Bristle back, but not the boulder. The boulder will be more useful. Yeah, I'll make sure I have my land drops, and I have a little bit of descent happening already. And then, well, maybe I have to play this, but let's see if they have the haster. No, they have this, which is annoying, but That's the same they had in the first game too. But there I had the Tortoise able to hold these things back. And now this is a 5-4. So this seems a little bit worse now for me. But I kept a risky hand. I do have, 2 and 3 drops in the deck. I just didn't have them in my opening hand, and I didn't want to, ship back a hand that has good late game cards that, were relevant in the previous game. But now I might not have time to cast them, especially because I didn't even draw any spell. Okay, that's bad. Didn't even draw any spell that is gonna matter before turn 4. And I'm on the draw against an Lawkeeper, which already helped them get the Axe Jaw on turn 3. Yep, land. I'm actually taking the Capybara because I have a plan in here. Although I don't like the plan because the plan means I will lose my boulder here. Actually, my plan is different now. I'm going to take the Capybara, but only because it's cheap. I'm gonna mill the rest of them. That gives me Descent 4. Just hope that they don't have a, the exile land. Because now I can play myself a Cave. I was thinking about, taking the land and then playing the Capybara and then cycling this instant speed. So that this 4-3 would actually trade with the 5-4. But the problem is I maybe need the boulder for the Tortoise here. So now I need to just block the Axe Jaw. And the reason I played the 4-drop is just to have a mana efficient play here. This would also have traded with the Axe Jaw, but I wanted to use the 4 mana now when I had the opportunity to do that. And this is a turn 6 play. And I didn't kinda need the land because I had, still 3 and apparently I drew another one. Oh, the Soul Cleaver can... Okay, I think that makes it very bad. Because now they can attack with the Axe Jaw, even with the Lawkeeper, and this keeps getting counters. But it's not like I can take a lot of damage here. I guess I'd go to 2. Then again, if I go to 2, I can't even... No, I can't do that. I think I will lose now, but that's because I kept such a hand that I maybe don't deserve the win here. I was just expecting that. And that's a good draw, but it's not good enough here. I mean, I had a decent turn 6 with the Capybara and the Tortoise. But now I'll play the Veteran. I have the jump block. Well, I will jump block, that's just... I no longer can kill it with the boulder because it picked the counter there. And again, I played this thing and not the Capybara because I need to have 2 relevant things on the next turn. And I can, still double block the Tortoise. The problem is they have, more things they can attack with. I guess this does mean that I can take the child and the Lawkeeper. I think they made a mistake by not attacking with the Lawkeeper because I was forced to block the thing there. But yeah, let's see now how this goes. Because I have the opportunity to double block this guy. Sadly, though, I will lose both my creatures because it will deal 9. They should even move the Soul Cleaver to another thing. No, they can do that. Just swamp the board. Yeah, okay, this is game over. I don't need to see what happens here. There's no way I'm gonna win here. So, over the edge, because this is annoying. It really is. In this kind of matchup, which might go late. I'm gonna play the Out of Air in the main deck though, and maybe the Song of Stupefaction isn't... Well, it's gonna be good against something like a Pathfinding Axe Jaws, even if this has 4 toughness. My creatures will be large enough so that they can just infinitely bounce with the 4 toughness creature. Maybe the Puzzle Door is not so needed. Okay, I'm going to cut the puzzle door. I will have the out of air. Now the question is, do I want to play over the edge? I really dislike cutting any of these things here. And I definitely can't cut a land at this point. Song of Stupefaction. This does mill too. This is gonna be valuable. I guess the soul cleaver just has to be dealt with. I mean, maybe it's not always gonna be a problem, you know. So maybe, how about the seed stones? Oh, it's so expensive. I have these expensive stuff. I don't want to cycle all of these necessarily. 40 seconds time. Alright, so I'm really struggling here. Because they had a good start now. I don't want to get beaten by that kind of stuff. But maybe it's because they had the one drop thing accelerating a turn 3 axe while I was on the draw. It might have something to do with it, of course, but it does feel like every card in here is useful. Didn't see many reach creatures there. These flyers will be useful. Oh yeah, let's just have this deck, and if they have the soul cleaver, I try to beat it. And you can beat it if you have a proper start yourself. I definitely did not. So let's play first and have a proper start. That's nice. And even the out of air is nice on turn 3 because I have mana up for this, and then if they play something annoying I can counter it. Okay, by the way, they do play 44 cards here. I just noticed when I hovered over here. Actually 45, because they have a land on the battlefield. Yeah, they have a 45 card deck. Well, that does decrease their chance to find the Tortoise, for instance. Alright, let's play the island, not the forest, because I want to have the option to use the artifact. Although I don't think there's like a 3-drop I'm gonna counter, but we'll see. I'd much rather play the In the Presence of Ages. Yeah, you can keep that. I'm gonna counter the Tortoise if they have it. Alright, Over the Edge doesn't do much, but I suppose they're gonna explore twice. I mean, I can use Huatli's Final Strike if they're gonna do that. Although it won't work if they're gonna do it with the Capybara, because obviously I will not have Descent 4 yet. Okay, well, there's no land here, so I can pick only one of these. So I could actually play take the Capybara and leave up mana for my counterspell. I think that is the play. I won't have the final strike now, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much if they explore it twice there. I can counter a creature spell if they have one. Come on, land Tortoise. I wouldn't mind if you have the Tortoise right now. But if they're gonna go for this thing and pick up even just one counter on the guide, I don't have a profitable double block. But I suppose I can kill it then with the final strike once I get to, once I get to Descent 4, which is not far away from this point. They seem to go for the double explore. But on which creature? That. Panicked Altasaur. Okay, they keep that. But yeah, they kept it twice. So they're probably gonna have a land drop now. Well, I guess I could jump block with one capybara here. Oh man, I could. Just to get the other one to be a 4-3. It's so bad, but you know what's good about it? Then I can kill this and leave mana up for the out of air. I mean, I'm gonna do it. It's... I don't like it. I don't like wasting cards like that, but yeah, I need to have power on these guys so that I can kill this thing, and I also rather keep the out of air in my hand because they have now a land drop, and next turn potentially play the Altisar, which I would rather counter. Oh, if they have the land... Oh, freak. That I did not realize. How can this... this is the second time I mean, this is the last Descent deck I had. It's the one that is on my channel. It wasn't a very good one. But it also was a kind of where the opponent had this random graveyard hate cards. I have never seen this card being played, and now it's super relevant. The Song of Stupefaction, though, that is a good one. It's still not going to allow me to... I mean, I don't have a 3 blue here, so if I play this, I don't have out of air here. I think I'll just take the 6 now. Because I know I could just play this, but I don't want them to resolve the Altisar. I need to... This is the annoying part about counter spells, and I even had a good plan. The reason I jump blocked, but then I got punished. But yeah, now again, I can't play this big thing because I want to have a good use for this thing. Well, I mean... If they don't... I mean, this can counter now any spell because I will have 4 mana up. Okay, fine. I'm just not gonna do. I'm gonna play my 5-drop now that I can. I will trade with the guide and or maybe not trade. Let's see what they do. I think I need the veteran to stay alive to use the final strike. Then I can take of course 6 because thanks to my jump blocking earlier, I did not. You know, I did not go to lower than 20 life here. They're gonna keep the capybara here. It's a pretty good way to add to their descent count by just milling that thing, and they might need a land even. Yeah, they do need a land. Alright. So, well, I'm gonna take this 6 now. I'm gonna use the... Well, let's see what I draw up first, but now I can just... okay, with that, because I'm really considering using the final strike and then the counter spell and then trade. I don't have to use it. I might actually just go for attacks now. I mean, if they block, I don't mind, but if they don't block, I think I can survive still. I can take 5 from here. I just want to use the out of air. Yeah, I just want to do that. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit aggressive. I assume they might be blocking here. And I want them to block because I want my capybara to actually turn back into a 4-3. Hopefully this was the only cave of this kind. It is an uncommon, so it's not impossible for them to have multiples in there. So they take the damage. So I'm going to use the final strike now. I will get to add an additional point of damage, and I'll kill, of course, this guy here. And I could use the Song of Stupefaction, but I will take the 5 now and hope that they will play some kind of creature which I will counter. Maybe if it's like another capybara, not then, but just hope they have a land drop and the Altisar. I guess this is very much of telegraphing what I'm having, but I assume that most of their stuff are creatures. Okay, so that I'm gonna... this is the thing about counter spells. I mean, I don't want to, you know, counter this because I can just use my capybara to block that. I really need an island here, so I can use this Song of Stupefaction on the Axe Jaw. and then still have the out of air up. They don't even... Okay, that's fine. I go to 9 here. They're down to 10 minutes, but it's gonna be enough for this match. Alright, no blue mana, but I am going to do this now. Pre-combat, yep. Capybara, I mean, it's gonna be good, but it is gonna be good. It's gonna be a 4-3. Maybe it's like slightly too small. Okay, fine, I'll mill it. And now if they are gonna double block this guy, I don't think I mind. I will lose my veteran, but then it's fine if they do the block here with both of their guys, because this is about to turn a 4-3. I'd rather it not turn into a 4-3. And this is gonna turn my Capybara into a 4-3. If they double block. If they don't, it doesn't matter. I mean, I still, don't mind if they take 5 here. I still get to trample 1 point here. Unless they have something for the 1 mana there, but I don't think so. Okay, I am back to Descent 4 despite them having this annoying land. And now I have, I can just block the 5-4 with my own 4-2. And if they have a creature, I can counter it. And I still have the stupefaction thing. I don't even need to self-mill if I don't want to. I have nothing that... I have no cards that allow me to bring back stuff from the graveyard, so I think at this point the self-mill is just maybe not that needed. Okay then. I wonder if I'm supposed to... Oh, that answers all my questions. Because I was thinking that am I supposed to just let this trade happen here? Or because if this becomes a 4-5, it's a bit annoying. Because it can... I mean, sorry, 0-5, 0-5, if I said 4-5. Because it can still, block both of these guys. But now I'd rather... Because I can play this Tortoise now. I'm gonna make this thing, and I'm gonna self-mill of course too, because this is still gonna be a 1-4, so... Get 2, I mean, look at this, I wanted to draw them both, but oh well. So now they probably just jump block. And now it's not a problem. Or, I mean, if they take 8, it doesn't matter which one. They can jump block on the next turn. But I would assume they will jump block. Rather than go to 5. Okay, they decided. Maybe they have a way to kill this. Regardless. This here means that if they play the 4-5 now... I have still my Tortoise. Now they can eat one of these for free. Okay, now that they did not jump block, it is better for them, for sure. Because if they now were at... if they jump block, they would be at 9 life. But they still would be forced to block the Tortoise. With the 4-5, if they can play. They can, of course, have something else for 5 mana. But now that they did not jump block, they can actually go and jump block their Tortoise and eat one of these with the Altisor, go down to 1. And then they can actually build a defense. And especially because I milled these. Man, if I'm gonna draw a lot of lands, at least I can crack this. That I destroy an enchantment, get a... but it's only gonna be a tapped land there. Yeah, they had the confluence there, but they can destroy this enchantment, they can get a cave, or they can give this cave, counters twice, but whatever they do, the Axe-Jaw is gonna be the only creature there, and now they will lose the game, because there's only one blocker, and there are too many attackers here. Okay, well, I mean, let's just do the win here. Okay, Pit of Offerings in both games, eating my Descent 4 status away, but in both games I still got a decent 4 again. So at least the theme of the deck is working clearly. At least in this matchup, which was a little bit of a slower side. Not counting the game 2, which was my decision not to mulligan, which really punished me there. On the play, well, I'll keep it because Tortoise can help me find the forest, and I suppose this is one permanent to my graveyard. Or let's just draw a forest, that would work too. Almost. Now, interesting. I think I'm gonna try the not discarding part here if I can make the capybara attack. Well, now I'm happy about not discarding because now I actually want to draw lands, not discard. Draw and play them, not discard. That's actually very nice with the Eaten by Piranhas, because it will lose abilities too. Yeah, this is nice. I will attack. I can also play the Tortoise here. Good. Sadly they didn't block there, but I would take the 3-1 can trade with something more useful too. Regardless, I wanted to attack to play the Tortoise here, and then there are options. And the option is that I can just well, I'm not gonna stupefaction this thing because it can then just still get the creatures. This is the only way to make it so that they don't get the tokens. They might do something to the enchantment, most like bounce their own thing with the brackish blunder, but I'm gonna do it on my turn just in case because they might be able to respond by sacrificing it with the instant speed. There's a spell that allows you to sacrifice this, draw cards and all that. Now it doesn't have any abilities, it's just a 1-1. Okay, another snail there. Okay, that's gonna be something to keep in mind in this match. At least I have the things to discard or exile there, but I can't say I'm too big of a fan of getting hit by those things constantly. Now I will just scout it here, and I think I'll explore on the which one? This will stay to block this army of 1-1s anyway, so let's just explore on the scout here. Okay, I will play the 1 land. If they have more of this snail business going on, I can still exile a land, and I of course want to play the land just to be able to crack the caves at some point. That's annoying. Okay, I'll main phase these things just to see my options. Yeah, I'll take the land, and I think I need to also take the 7-drop here. Play the land and probably play the puzzle door and stupefy this thing. And of course self-mill here. Damn it. Well, I mean, anyway, I have here still fairly decent stuff going on. I can play the Bristle back on the next turn, and I still have the puzzle door here, of course, giving me more gas. And okay, let's this has menace, I kind of forgot. Maybe attacking with the scout was a mistake. Probably, but I take only 5. Maybe it wasn't such a bad mistake. Now I can actually also block this thing. If they can bring it back from the graveyard, it might be less annoying than having to exile another card from my hand. Okay, let's do this. They will get the, you know, the descent trigger, of course, but I'll live. Deadweight. I mean, Deadweight deals with any of these. Okay, that's a legendary creature, so they can just immediately do that, but more of that. Alright, alright. So these things will come back at Descent 8, so I need to, you know, hurry up here. I'm going to play the Bristleback on this turn. I could double block this, but it's risky if they have a way to deal with the 5/5. But also, I mean, they are far from Descent 8, but there are many cards that just make them mill a lot. I think I have to be a little bit of a risk taker here now and attack for 6, trying to win before they you know, get to overwhelm me with their card advantage. Now I will take a bunch of damage if they attack with everything. I will take a lot of damage actually, but we'll see what happens. They might just that's not win yet. No, but they will attack with the menace creatures. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I can totally, you know, neutralize this thing. But the problem is this needs 2 blockers also. So the options are to use a hidden nursery or dig for something in here. Because I need to block the Stalker with 2 creatures and 1 of the snails. That's 3 blockers I need. So I think the safer way to do things is to go for the puzzle door activation. Get the Brine Fang, which I actually can't play right now. Yeah, I can't just play the Brine Fang, because then they attack with everything. I can double block the menace guys, but I can then die to the snails here. Oh boy. So that was actually worse than getting a nursery here. Well, the good thing I believe is that I don't need to mill anything anymore. Good thing here, I suppose, is that I still am not losing totally, and if they make an attack, it's like a suicide attack to their guys. I'm gonna leave an island in hand just in case they have more of these snails. But of course, if they have any piece of interaction, I will lose. But that's what happened in this game. I mean, I don't think... Okay, they can do that. Now, 1 piece of interaction won't help. More menace guys. I can't attack with my guys because I'm at 2 life and they have all menace board here. That's really annoying. That is truly annoying. Anyway, let's just move on here. I'm almost dead here. If they have interaction, I die. I can't attack. I need double blocks here, double blocks here. This is a menace deck they have. Oh yeah, I don't... Okay, game is over. Let's go to the next one. It was too much to take the damage, but darn, that was nasty. Really nasty. Okay. Now the annoying snails. Annoying snails there for sure. Can't really deal with their creatures. Because that's what this deck is. I need to just have bigger creatures on the battlefield faster than they have. But of course these are 5 mana 6 for menace guys. That's really good. And I don't like that they have the fanatical offering in their deck, because that makes my Song of Stupefaction slightly worse, but at least they still can mill too. So I don't think I'm going to cut them. If I were to cut them, what would be the card to play? Like an out of air? I had so bad experience from the out of air in the previous game when I couldn't play my 5-drops because I wanted to keep mana up for it. But it is a quite clean way to deal with the 5-drops they have at 2 copies. But I have such a heavy mana curve that I mostly will be tapping out on my turns. I don't think I like maybe the boulder. No, let's just do this. I'm keeping the -X, -O auras here. And I really must not mulligan because they have the hand hate. So yeah, going to 6 against hand hate effects is really bad. This is not a great hand, but the puzzle door hopefully finds me something here. And the opponent did mulligan there also, so maybe I have a slightly easier time here, but only slightly. This could find a tapped cave, so let's do this now. It's very sad that this is not gonna even add to my descent count, but I really must take the forest here. And it's just a good card to have, but at least I have a 4-drop here. Maybe I will use the... Okay, let's see if I draw a land. Because I want to... Well, maybe with double cave worms I don't need to go with the veteran immediately. I'm thinking about this island cycle here. It is somewhat likely though that they are going to make me exile a card from my hand anyway. I'm gonna wait with the island cycle for now. I can play the cave worms on the next turn. So we have the same plan here. Okay, the bristleback is... Okay, I'm gonna get my land drop here. I'm gonna cycle the bristleback. I think against that deck the blue one is the better 7-drop in any case. So I will leave the final strike up. I could stupefy this thing. Yes, I could. And that would be getting me potentially to a 4-5 right away, but this can actually block the 4-V. I can't stupefy this because the 0-5 is going to be annoying enough. I will use the final strike maybe to deal with this 5 toughness creature once this thing picks up, you know, the 4 power, or I can just play the veteran on the next turn or something like that. Okay, so that attack, I mean, I don't care what happens here. I can block here regardless, and now if I want to kill it post-combat, I can. Treasure map. Or I can try that, rather. Yeah, let's try it, why not? Use my mana here. Okay. It's fine. And now I can just attack for 2 and play the veteran. Oh, they're gonna go for upkeep scry. I mixed upkeep and scry in one word. They were gonna up scry. So they have at most 4 mana this turn. Let's see if they can deal with the veteran. Yeah, I'll take the 3 here, thank you very much. Way too risky to block the veteran here. With the veteran, I mean. Alright, so what is the least useful card? I really like the Stupefaction but I like my big creatures too. Yeah, let's exile this thing. The thing that can actually make both of these descents work, but I'm gonna have this. I mean, I guess I can, but there's no target for the stupefaction yet, at least. I'm gonna make that go away. Let's hope they don't have a interaction for the veteran, because that is a trampler as well, so they don't have that great blocks. Okay, that's a land, so this remains. Oh, let's have a 5/5k worm. Shall we? I guess I could do these two. And then on the next turn I would have two 5/5s they kinda don't know about. Okay, let's actually do that. They might still just jump block the 5/5 if I played the Tortoise now. So let's do this, and yeah, next turn these both will be bigger. Let's see if they have one of the the 5 drops in there around somewhere. Okay, nothing. Well, this could mean a lot of things. One of them is the 4 mana, the unlucky drop. But this thing gives every creature of mine hexproof. And if they have the counterspell for it, it would require both the blue mana. So if I play this now, they would have to use the unlucky drop before resolving the Bedrock Tortoise. I think I can live with that. I can. Okay, well now my guys have hexproof, so they have some combat boosts or whatever. I'm just gonna do this attack. They can't target my things. More fanatical offerings. Fortitude. That's a good one. That's a good one. But at least I still deal 5 to them, and they still have to deal with the second cave worm. And I also have the Brine Fang coming up. And I'm not playing the land, of course, because I might still have to exile a card from my hand. So that's going to flip now. They will get 3 treasure tokens. These things can't block, so I don't care about them getting the Necromates back that much, but it was mostly good because it actually killed my cave worm despite it having hexproof. At least now they have to use unlucky drop on their turn if they have it. So we'll see. That's probably not gonna be too efficient. There is the unlucky drop, and I'm just gonna put it on top, draw it later. And they have 4 power total, no good blocks in that sense. Who needs Descent 4 when you have a Tortoise here? And I could play the Trampler, or I could play this. The problem with the Trampler is, with the Brine Fang is that I would have to play the land, and they might make me exile the veteran in that case, and that would be annoying for sure. And I guess the Trampler is also quite good here, so let's just play that thing they know about already. This is a 6/7, so it's no joke. And with this Tortoise, it's actually gonna, function as a 7/7 in combat. Okay, they're gonna draw a card. They have, not enough to deal with the big monsters I have here. Did I learn something? Fungal Fortitude here. Boulder. Cave Worm. I learned enough that I don't think the River Herald Scout is gonna matter here too much. And do I just need to play like another big thing here? They don't seem to have like a very fast way to win. Their 2-drops are these 1/1s. So I can let them play a few 2-drops. I kinda like the out of air here, but I also kinda like just playing another creature here. The axe jaw would be my choice, I would believe. If I do the axe jaw here. And do I have any other thing I want to sideboard out? That's not the case. I'll want to keep these other ones. So I chose to cut 1 2-drop, add 1 4-drop, and hope I won't regret that. Now I still am a little bit on the fence with the stupefaction things because, well, they have a good fodder for the fanatical offering anyway, so maybe it's still gonna be good enough on some of these things, and most also because it mills too to help my other cards here. I don't really know if there's like a card I would rather play. No, there is not. I'll have this deck. Come on, my deck has 2-drops. But again, I'm playing against a player who has multiple ways. Multiple cards that make me exile stuff from my hand. I'm gonna keep these because the snails, I want them to not be stuff that hurts me, and at least with this draw I'm not too sad about the keep. I have a turn 3 play. And yeah, they are not very aggressive. So that's why I also thought that it's gonna be fine to keep this kind of in hand. Okay, I don't like to see the mine card. They're gonna get some free mana out of it. This is, by the way, enchant artifact or vehicle. It doesn't prevent them from getting the treasure tokens. So yeah, that's gonna be a little annoying that they can get the mana here. But I have blockers. Okay, that's gonna be a guaranteed way for them to get some decent triggers. Okay, but my hand isn't the worst here. It's not. I do have to. Yeah, the annoying part is the menace here. I'm gonna play the axe jaw. I was thinking about the cave worm, but then I realized, you know, I can't block this thing. Now I do need to block this mine card, but I will block it with the axe jaw, even if it's not gonna pick a counter here. I'll keep it. I don't know when I'm gonna play it. I could next turn play the Song of Stupefaction and this, but I kind of am leaning towards a creature, but I will have this up at some point. Yeah, they're gonna get this counter every turn, but I'm gonna Song of Stupefaction it, or I don't like the menace deck they have going on. At least they couldn't attack with the mine card, and their blocks here aren't the greatest. But I'm facing down a lot of damage myself. Alright. Alright. Skulltaker picking up a counter every turn is really problematic. I think I'm gonna lose this the same way as the game 1. Okay, they go for that, which is, I think, very nice for me. Because I was really afraid they just take the damage there. I guess they would have gone down to 8. I was like slightly winning the race. But that's not good for me. That's definitely good for me because now I will play the cave web. And the puzzle door probably, or just explore maybe. I think the puzzle door is slightly better. Because now I can block the mine card and I can take the 4 here. I know they kind of realize that they can get to cast this from the graveyard eventually. So that's why they wanted to trade there. But it was better for me because I had no good way to deal with both of these guys. But there's the snail guy. Okay, be that way. I'm gonna exile the In the Presence of Ages, maybe. Because I don't think I need it that badly for the descend, because this will give me 2 cards in the graveyard, and this will make me mill 2. So maybe I just don't play the sort of divination here. Okay, so they're gonna go for the attack, which is they get the treasure and all that. So they would always do that. I just hope they don't have a dead weight here to follow it up with. Didn't seem to be the case. So I'm gonna start here by cracking this guy. Oh, okay, they countered that. Oh, that's extremely annoying. I guess it's not that bad. I missed the card and also missed the other card going to my graveyard. But I still can play the Song of Stupefaction here and do this and mill for 2. But yeah, the Tisana's Tidebinder was annoying for sure. But now I have you know, the descent here now. This won't actually be a good one. It will fetch me a forest on the next turn, and I can do it and play the cave worm, but that means I will take 1 more damage here. If I now mill this, I won't take damage from this guy at all. Because on the next turn I would be cycling it for a forest anyway. But I think I'm just milling it. I don't need the forest. So this is now an 0-5. And I will deal 7 to them. And it's a tough race. I'm probably not gonna win the race, but I also don't think I have really a means to cannot play this long game either, given what they have. If I left this to block, yeah, they have no attacks, but I might take 7 damage on this turn. They have a 5 descent. They need a creature for this minecart to attack, or they can just use this. Okay, I'll take 6 damage, alright. So, I kinda need a capybara, a 2-drop here, basically. Draw and discard a card. This thing can of course block the cave worm, so I no longer will have good attacks on the cave worm. Okay, but I can now exile this island, but at least there's no menace guy for them yet. So my 2 blockers might... Well, they have a menace guy here actually. It deals 1 now, of course. So well, let's see. I will block the 3-3. If they play a creature, they can crew it. I will block the 3-3 and the 3-2. I take the rest of this stuff, and then I will be at 1 and I will survive. If they craft this at any point, it will of course not have haste, so the only chance for me here is to attack with the scout. And I'm not gonna play the land here. I don't want to let them have full information, but this has been a close game, but I think I will... Do I have a means to enhance this guy's power? Because that is the question. I guess they can't attack with everything also, because, you know, then I have an attack with my cave worms. And they are down to 1 card in hand. It is one of the Ujim... Okay, well, they were not... They can't attack with everything. They need 2 blockers. That's what they just need. So they will craft that. That is, yeah, this thing actually, that they were at descent 8 already. No, they are not. This doesn't do... No, I mean, it can of course attack. I was a fool. It can attack regardless. It just can't be, and of course block. It just can't be blocked when they have a descent 8. So of course now I lose because they have too many attackers to my blockers. I needed to find a pump effect for the scout. I'm missing 2 damage here. Because now if they attack, I mean, I have to block this thing, which they can crew with the 1 toughness, 1 power guy. I need to block the... we need to double block the mistake here. I need to block the gondola, and I need to block the tide binder and the cart. 4 blockers are not enough because the menace deck they have is menace in multiples especially can be really nasty. They have of course blockers if I attack now. So I needed 1 more turn or +2 damage for this guy somehow, which I don't think even think is in the deck. Yeah, they just attack with everything. I mean, a double block here. Anyway, the point is I can't attack with the scout, and if I can't attack with the scout, I don't have a win on the next turn. So I know I can, maybe they will, I mean, I just won't attack with the scout now, but this is just a waste of time. Okay, now I'm guaranteed to take the heat lethally. They're not gonna play around things when they can kill one of my blockers. But it was only 2 damage missing. So only a little bit of more damage throughout the game. And I almost won. But they had a sweet deck. Again on the play, and yeah. Slow thanks to the promising way not being an evolving wilds, but it's my green mana and I can play the scout on turn 3. On turn 4 I can play the capybara if I don't draw the land, and of course if I do draw the land the tortoise will happen. Or if I'm very lucky I just draw a forest right now. Ooh, they have something fast there. Okay, so will I cycle the prisoner? I'm gonna take the land rather than crack that. Oh, no drop there. Well, then I don't care about the... Yeah, I will get the forest because now I am guaranteed with the tortoise on turn 4. But I don't care about the diamond pickaxe now that they missed a... They did miss a 2-drop. You know, they could have an upgrade, of course, but I mean, the point is they don't get to pick the treasures quite as soon as they could have. They're gonna just crack the promising vein of their own. And I have a tortoise. Let's see the second color. Okay, it's black, so that will have some ways to deal with the tortoise. Oh, there's also blue. All right. Crixis it is. Oh God. I mean, this is the... Okay, I guess there are 2... Okay, there's another uncommon that also lets them pick an artifact or creature from my hand. But, you know, having this on turn 4 or not, there's a little bit of a difference there. There's a huge difference there. And I have only a few ways to kill creatures. I have only a few ways to kill creatures. I can't even attack now because they will equip and attack, so... Oh boy. I mean, I think just having this on turn 4 is such a boost to my chances to win. Now I have to kind of like play the fair game. Okay. Because, you know, these colors don't usually have many big creatures, so that they would have to at least double block that thing. But now I just can't even cast it. Well, okay, well, you know, Death Toucher is good against the Tortoise, but I would have had the Stupefaction for that. So... I guess I can just explore and play my spells, so let's explore here. And it might as well be the scout. Yeah, let's do that. I think I'm gonna mill stuff anyway, so I might as well put that there. And now this can pick up the... This can also pick up the axe. Oh, I don't like how this is going. The life linking makes it slightly tougher to raise, but regardless, the Song of Stupefaction is going to go on the marionette here. Oil mill. 2 permanents. So now I could attack for 7, but the problem is they can hit for a lot of lifelink back. I'm still attacking with this guy, and the Capybara can block the Echo of Dusk. Even if they equip it, and even if they get Descent 4. This will have 4 power, and then I just need to draw gas. It's pretty annoying here to not attack with both guys, but this thing is having lifelink is annoying. Even if I attack with a scout, they can attack with 2 lifelink damage back, and they will get a treasure token there. I have nightmares of this thing. I just lost to those things, but at least now I have a slightly better stuff going on. Okay, do I want to... Well, I'm gonna first crack this thing and then do the explore. Oh, well, whatever. Doesn't matter which land I use. So island here. Okay, let's take a forest. See what I'm gonna draw. The opponent will get the same information, but well, wasn't much of information. But as far as getting a land there goes, getting a cave is definitely the best. Now, so the Echo of Dusk doesn't have yet lifelink. It's so annoying I can't really attack profitably with the scout. They might actually give this thing the pickaxe anyway. Because if it is a 7-5, I can't. It can kill both the worm and the scout. Okay, let's go the attacks. Raising the lifelinkers is super annoying. I would just like to, attack with everything, and that would be great for me. But no, they are gonna attack back with a bunch of creatures now. Should I just do it though? They will enable descent. I can't. I need to leave the cave worm here, don't I? So these attacks at least, but how about the flyer? I'm not sure if I can really easily erase the great mistake here. I think it's time for the flyer to attack. I think it's time for there to block with the marionette to get some descent there. Yeah, 6 power on a menace guy, that's just not a joke. It's a lot of damage it can deal. So, is the bat going to get the axe? I can't jump block this thing with the 1-2 because of the annoying menace. Okay, that thing allows them to melee every turn, but it took half of their mana. That's what it took. Lifelink is online. the echo and they do attack with that. So now if I double block, okay, they're not attacking with the Echo of Dusk, but they want to gain life. What am I missing? They have something for 1 mana. That's gonna be the case. I mean, this is really weird attack, but there's gonna be a dead weight here, right? No? Okay then. Let's do this. Okay, couple of mana. Okay, well, I take another 4 or 5, thank you. And I will just, well, I won't be attacking with everything because they're at 13 still. I do like that they kind of let this thing die, but don't understand why. The cave is proving their value again. If these were just basic lands, that would be horrible. Now I can at least get spells from my lands. So what do they discard? They have selection for the rest of the game, so they have the advantage in the very long game. But now, of course, when they attack with the Uchen bug, I hope there's no way for them to give it Death Touch, because I'm definitely blocking with everything here. Maybe not with the Scout. Okay, that thing has Death Touch, but it's not the Uchen bug thing. Okay, that thing has Death Touch too. My creatures are bad suddenly. Well, they can attack for 1 in the air. They didn't equip the thing. Alright. I mean, I can't just keep taking the damage, so I might as well trade with the one of the cave worms, right? They can't kill them both. I could also block with the capybara, and maybe they make a whatever. I'm gonna do this. It doesn't matter. I think I will discard a land for this. I don't know if I want to take 3 damage. I have both my 7-drops are in the graveyard, so I don't need a 7th land here. I don't need it. Okay, what do we got? No, not the most impactful thing. It can block the Deep Cavern Bat. Maybe they miss out that interaction. But now if I attack with the 4 power guys, well, at least I threaten some damage. The problem is they can bring this back, but they will be able to do that anyway with the mill thing in here. And if I let this guy attack, they will also draw a card. So I suppose the better plan is to just let them block with them. And I am indeed not in a good shape. Maybe if they somehow miss that, I can block with the frog. And you know, and that would mean that the Deep Cavern Bat can't get the axe, because I don't have the mana for the Death Touch activation right now. But I will go very fast through the blocking phase if they equip it, because I'm not gonna block it once it's a 2/2. They might want to gain the life there, of course. They have the treasure, so they can cast this thing, and well, it will cost 6 mana though. Or they can do it post combat, yeah. Equip the bat. Attack for 2. Dowsing device. Okay, they're not gonna use the. Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna actually activate the. Man. No, they didn't. Okay, that was. Okay, don't. Okay, they made the mistake. Well, good for me. They had the way to make it 2 toughness, but thanks. Thanks for that, I guess. Sack a land. Don't know if it matters which one. Okay, so I can. Yep, I can still attack in the air, and I can attack with the capybara. This has now the finality counter, so it won't keep coming back anymore. they do have the Geode Grotto. That is annoying. But I mean, this attack is the only way I can try to win this game, because the longer the game goes, the more advantage they will have thanks to the looting and now the grotto. But they did sack a lot of artifacts that research there, so this no longer pumps that highly, but this still gives haste to any creature. But are they willing to go to 7? Because if they don't have an answer on the scout, it's gonna offer lethal damage on the next turn. Yeah, they really messed up by attacking this into my frog. Okay, let's see what happens now. I'll play the land just because they might have like a snail, and I need to keep, you know, sacking permanents. I don't want to take 3 damage here. So there's that. That leaves them with 5 mana post combat. Okay, why wouldn't you loot first and then equip? No, that could be critical. Now they used already 2 mana. They need an answer for the scout or life gain. Do they have it? They don't. Wow, I actually won here. I actually won. I mean, they do have 1 mana, but I don't think 1 mana can deal with the scout. With these colors. Let's just double block this guy. I don't have to. But I'll just do it anyway. I mean, I have the capybara to attack for a lethal amount of damage here, so. Yeah, I think I win this game now. Well, thanks to them. The bat being super annoying, but they made the mistake of forgetting that the frog has reach. And then I got the Tortoise back that I was supposed to play on turn 4 of the game, but I did actually play it on the penultimate turn of the game. Okay, I don't know what they are waiting here. I will pause the recording until they let this happen. And now they let it happen, and I will just get a tapped land, so there's nothing. I will sack a permanent, and I will attack with 2 lethal attackers. I have a decent 16. That's a few. Okay, well, game 1 is under the belt, and I can afford to even lose a game here in this match now. Screaming Phantom, the Death Toucher. Yeah, I need to ideally have a way to deal with that bat, but I don't know if I really want to sideboard a boulder because of that. Child of the Volcano. I guess there are some targets for the boulder, but is this another matchup where I just feel like I don't want to play the scout? It's like irrelevant because my deck isn't so fast, so hitting my own 2-drops isn't really going to advance my you know pace of winning that much. So once they have this cave crawler or these 3/3s, the Merfolk scout thing might be a little bit, you know, underwhelming. So I could see just putting it out once again, and then putting in something like I'm actually thinking about the boulder or maybe the Pathfinder Axjaw. Maybe even a 3rd copy of the stupid whatever, because it's good on the, you know, the Death Touchers, which I saw many of. Yeah, okay, let's play one of those. I mean, a 3rd one of those. This is still 16 creatures, so I should have enough creatures. Hopefully I don't like cycle both of these guys. Yeah, I do think this is the build I want to go for. Yep, I need 1 land of course, but if I do get it in about 3 draw steps, I'll have a pretty nice start here, even with the 2-drop. Draw to not the 2-2 Death Toucher, that's what I'm happy about. So now with the 4th land drop, I don't even need to play this right now. I can just go with the guide into the cave worm. This is an actual curve out. That said, my deck has, you know, some cheap cards, so it's not impossible to get this kind of a curve out. I'm gonna go with the scout now. Also, I'm gonna attack because this is a free attack. They might take 1 damage. I'll just have a little dramatic pause there. I do have the instant here, so I didn't need to use any, you know, stop shenanigans there. But yeah, I mean, I will trade with the Phantom if I'm given the opportunity to do that. You know, it goes to graveyard, which helps my descent. Helps their descent too, but you know, this is gonna mill stuff for them anyway. Okay, they pre-combat that. It doesn't affect my choice to block here, but maybe if they did that with open mana, I in some cases might not block, but I was gonna always block there. Right. Well, I have this stupefaction to actually kind of neutralize that guy, but for now I'm just going to go. I was thinking about this River Herald guide actually, and then exploring again with the token, because I don't think the cave worm yet is that amazing. Oh, who's going to explore? I guess it might be the capybara. I will take the other scout. Milling a permanent wouldn't be useless, but this allows me to play the capybara number 2 on the next turn with the scout if I so choose. I might also go for the... Well, let's see what happens. I can also, you know, double block these guys. This guy. And I wouldn't even be that punished if they had... I guess there's one card that would punish me. It's the +2/+0 enchantment aura that returns this back. Then I would lose both of these if this hits for 5 and they get it back. But other than that, if I double block and they have like removal, it doesn't matter which they remove. Either they will bounce off each other with the capybara, or I will still trade with the guide. Okay, the bat isn't as annoying right now. All of these cards are fairly, you know, okay. The cave worm will have the biggest impact. The In the Presence of Ages, you know, is good too. But then again, these are also fine. I guess if the Song of Stupefaction gets played, it's gonna mean that I can't neutralize this Skull Taker, but they don't even have an attack with it. I mean, they have, but it's a trading attack. I would double block. I guess there's another card, by the way. +2/+0 and first strike. This is not a blue-black deck. It also has something red. So they chose the Stupefaction thing here. They can crack these to give this a 4th counter, so I think they are not going to attack right now. And also that means my attack won't be that good here. I might have to... because this 3 power guy won't be able to go through that. Unless I really just go for the scout and try to make this into a 4/2. Yeah, that is a possibility. It's also something I can do later in the game. But the flyer also blocks the bat, sure. Fine. I'm gonna try to make the River Herald guide into something relevant. Didn't work. At least I got the tapped land, which I can play on this turn, and no attacks here. I still have a valid double block, but it's now riskier. If they deal with the capybara, I will lose the guide for nothing. And of course, using the scout to double block means that... I mean, I could triple block, but then they can just choose to kill 2 of my cards, and that would be good for them. and not so good for me. Okay, they are thinking, so that means they have multiple options. Or maybe they are thinking about the attack with the Skull Taker, just trading with the Capybara. Or they're thinking that I don't dare to double block. Which, actually might be true. Alright, they have a Blood Letter, so now whenever I lose life during their turn, I lose twice that life. And damage does, of course, mean loss of life. So this thing hits for 4. It's a shame that this didn't become a 4-2, because I would have another attack with it now. But oh well. Well, this is a rather easy turn. I just play my things. There's 6 mana worth of things, and on the next turn they in the Presence of Ages maybe does something. Because I can choose to not take a land, and I probably will, just to get 3 permanents to my graveyard. It's possible I of course find something like a Charter Coaster, in which case I don't get 3 permanents, but there's a chance for that. Because I need to make these into 4 power creatures now. I will take 4 here at least. I'm not gonna jump the Blood Letter here. But I can still raise on the ground if I get to enable Descent on the next turn. They are again thinking for a long time. Nice job, by the way, this triple black card with... But I don't know if did I see much red. I guess I saw like the thing that transformed into the land. Okay, that's gonna trade just with some of my guys. But they also have this, so it's just 3 colors deck, isn't it? Or maybe it's like a splash of blue. But yeah, anyway. They got very good mana for the stuff because they have the mountain and the 1 mountain, 1 island. And also the 3 swamps for this Blood Letter. Okay, that's not helping much. Just let's see if there's a... Okay, I'm going to get now the Descent here, so I'm gonna take just the Tortoise. And that will enable my Descent. And that's also going to mean that my guys hit a little bit more. So I can take all of these trades with the Death Toucher, with the this. I will still keep the blocker for the bat. This 3-1 sadly doesn't do much, but this can do stuff. So this is my attack. I assume the Cave Crawler is gonna trade with something. Maybe they will just accept that this Skull Taker isn't gonna do much. They are taking a bunch of damage here if they don't block more than 1 of these guys. They will take 9 or 10 damage. Well, if they block, they will block the Cave Worm with the Crawler, but do they take 9 damage in addition to that? It is so far the only Death Toucher, and that is the clean answer for the Tortoise, of course, but... Now if they do attack with the Skull Taker, block, that would have made the guide, able to function, but... I guess it can still function by participating in a double block on a menace creature. 2 cards left, what are they? That's nothing. They don't even have the 2 artifacts. Oh, they had to mountain cycle because they did it. Okay, they got a little bit punished by the mana base because they got the triple black, but they didn't have the double red here. Okay, I go to 12. And they get this thing into a large one, but my Capybara is still a 5-4 thanks to the 1 counter being around. And I can attack. I'm gonna play the Cave Worm because it's better than whatever I'm gonna discover into. So am I willing to take the double block from the Blade Master and the Skull Taker? I believe I am, because the Skull Taker is starting to, eat a lot of my good attacks. I mean, I can't attack with the 4 power creature or with the 3 power creature now. I know that when I lose this thing, this won't be dealing 5, but it actually doesn't even matter because then this won't be around. So I do also have the option to attack with everything, but they will eat this for free. They will trade with the 3-1. And this is gonna be 13, so they don't even have to jump block the Deep Cavern Bat. So I'm not going to do that now. I'm doing just this. Trading the Skull Taker on the Tortoise is fine. Oh, they go for the jump. Oh, that is... What on earth is going on? Why would they jump there? The heck? Wow. Alright. Something weird happened and I don't have to care about it. I don't need to mill here, but I could, you know, I'm not gonna mill. Okay, and well, it's always random, of course. I could have just milled 2 useless lands, but I happened to get them eaten by piranhas and the bristle back away. But I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter given how the opponent just kind of lost their board for no reason. They can still, you know, win with this thing because it got the axe. So I have this can connect once, so it's better to, unless I have a victory now. Let's say they block the 6-6. 12. It's victory if I... Okay, I had to be careful. They have no cards in hand. So they block the 6-6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 10... 19. It's lethal regardless, isn't it? But I'm still not blocking because there's no reason. I'm gonna just in case crack this thing. More capybaras. So now if I attack with this, and they block the 6-6. I just need to make sure I have a victory, or if I don't, I'm not gonna attack with this scout. Sorry about this opponent, I need to make sure, because this is a lethal with 1 attack. So this is now 5, 8, 12, 17, without attacking with the scout. So I don't even need to attack with the scout. Yep. Alright, alright. Two 2-1. That was actually a decent result given that the deck is... well, I don't know how to say it. It was, I think, good, but I wonder how this would have actually fared against the, you know, the aggressive blue-white, blue-red decks. I assume with sideboarding the 3rd stupefaction, that would have helped a little bit. And once I get these bigger things to stick, they have trouble attacking through. It would have been interesting to play, and I had, you know, these 1-3s, but I would have been vulnerable to some flyers, of course. Yeah, if they had those small flyers and they can enhance them, they can raise me. But still, 3 of these stupefactions could have given me the time, you know, to neutralize any flyers and then just win with the big things. Of course, the Tortoise is really good, so it helped me in a lot of the games, but also maybe the weird block in the final game by the opponent really helped me a lot. And yeah, I did redraft one of these myself too. Yeah, the deck is... I tried to be an explorer deck, but I ended up with a Descent deck, and it was a Descent deck. I had Descent 4 all the time, even after getting some graveyard hating from the opponent. Yep, maybe 2-1 is like the acceptable results. Well, it's always an acceptable result, but maybe this wasn't quite a 3-0 deck, but it could have been. Anyway, let's take the price here, and I will see you in the next video. At least this one was something different, you know, considering the archetype. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.